3, 2, 1. I always do that.
Oh, right.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Biology Bros.
And today we are doing amphibians, so yeah, that group of family. And yeah, we have 3 groups, which are the neurons, Urodils, and
Wait, we should
Gymnophilians.
add a bit more information as well.
What
Like,
should?
no, like, let's just start off with amphibians, say like where they came from, how long ago, all that.
Oh yeah, really, yeah. Okay, let's just, we'll leave it plain anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, when did they first appear then?
365.
If I'm right that.
Okay, so amphibians is today's topics. Okay, so amphibians came after the chondrichthyes, as you saw in the last video, the chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Now these, first of all, they came from Sarcopterygian fish, which, yeah, for example, the Tiktaalik, which is the fish that then crawled onto land. You know, the typical evolution thing. And yeah, so these guys came about around 365 million years ago in the
Late Devonian? No, was it the Late Devonian?
Yeah, late Devonian. Because it's after
Yeah, Late Devonian period.
yeah. We have to crop this so much because we keep that.
Okay, anyway, moving on to the first.
Yeah, late Devonian period.
So there's
And they were usually found around coastal areas because obviously amphibians, they live in the water and on land. Yeah, carry on, Josh.
So there are 3 groups in the amphibian family, which is the neurons. You've got the Urodils and the Gymnophilians. So I'm going to expand that neuron. So that is the frogs and toads. I don't know if you can see the diagram that I drew, but it's here. So it's not one. One frog that I know is the Hylacenera. That is a scientific name for them.
And what's the common name?
It's a tree frog.
The American green tree frog.
The American green tree frog, yeah, what he knows. Now, I could have did the life cycle diagram, but anyway.
Yeah,
So obviously, we all know frogs start off in eggs and they hatch into tadpoles. So frogs, they, as tadpoles, they obviously have a little tail. This helps them swim around and like just feed on whatever they eat, like particles or
plants and stuff.
Yeah, like whatever is nearby. For them,
Yeah,
that's easy access.
when they're tadpoles, they're herbivores, so they
Yeah.
eat plants.
And eventually they grow like hind limbs whilst they still have the tail, and as they get older and older, that's becoming into more of a frog. Their tail begins to shrink and what's the word now?
Reabsorb.
Yeah, reabsorbed. And by the time they're fully grown frog, as you can see from here, they don't have a tail. They have instead the really large hind limbs, which helps with their locomotion, which is it's jumping, but there's what's the scientific word for it now?
Yeah, it's saltatory locomotion.
It's a very derived locomotion amongst the amphibians, and I think it pretty much all the tetrapod like.
Yeah, the only ones that do that, it's kangaroos as well. But
yeah. And then they've also developed these forelimbs, which are quite short and stocky, which help them with landing and the impact. What else? Obviously, they've got really large bodies and short heads.
the other way around.
Oh yeah.
They're large heads.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
large heads. I could have looked at the diagram for that. So large heads and short bodies, short round bodies. Yeah, so they are. Also, they've got these glands which are hedonic, which release pheromones on there to help
attract
mates and stuff. They have mucus glands, which helps with their permeable skin. So when they venture on land, well, this is the part that always confuses me. So they have, what is it again? Crap, I have to crop this out.
No, mucus glands basically, so they can keep moist.
Yeah.
Because they have cutaneous ventilation, which
they
means
can diffuse.
yeah.
Oxygen, that's it.
Yeah, oxygen basically just goes in through their skin.
Helps them
That's how they
breathe when they're away from water, basically. And then lastly, they have poison.
No, that's when they're in water.
Oh, in water?
Oh, wait, both actually.
Because when they're on land.
They have lungs as well, so they can breathe.
Yes, when they're on land. Obviously, they got a lung. Oh, yeah.
Well, they got lungs,
but
but the skin also helps them.
The skin helps them breathe and the lungs help them breathe. That's all they need to.
Yeah.
They've also got poison glands, so Oh, is it, what's the name for it? I forgot the name. Reuse.
Yeah, there's a toxin called tetrodotoxin.
It just helps to deter predators. It's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And obviously they lay eggs, so they are restricted to water bodies to breed, and are oviparous, I believe. Yeah, and that is the frog, the Anoran group explained. Moving on to the Urodils.
Okay. So, second group in the amphibians is the Urodils, which include the salamanders, the grey-crested newts, and a few more. But the main differences between the frogs and toads and the salamanders is obviously the long tails that they keep from the juvenile stage. So they just retain this characteristic. So they have 4 well-proportioned limbs, unlike the frogs, which have really strong hind limbs. But they have all 4 of their limbs are the same size, and they don't have the saltatory locomotion. They have a flat trunk.
What?
Right, they have an elongated.
That's the trunk. Yeah, so it's not flat, but it's not a very
Wide.
what's the word? No, it's a low flat trunk. It's not flat.
Okay, well, I won't say flat.
Yeah, it's just a wide trunk.
Yeah. They have quite long bodies compared to frogs, and long tails as well. They also have very permeable skin for respiration through the skin. And yeah, to help with that, they have the mucus glands, which makes them moist. Yeah, this also helps with breeding as well. When they have to reproduce, the mucus kind of helps them, lubricates them.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they have poison glands, which produce that toxin. So when predators try and eat them, they'll die. Even just a small drop, if it comes in contact, can be fatal. What else can I say about
There's
that?
I think we're missing the breathing, the skeleton. Talked about that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Reproductive, talked about that.
Well, the same as frogs as well, they lay eggs, but these eggs have no shell, like a chicken egg or a crocodile egg. So they have to be in water, otherwise they'll dry out. So yeah, they're restricted to water for breeding. And yeah, moving on to gymnophilas.
Or is it explained?
We'll do half and half.
Yeah. So one species.
Oh, wait, you do the comparisons of the differences then? You compare it, yeah.
So one species of the Gymnophilia is the Congo Sicilian. So it's obviously part of the family, so it's got permeable skin which helps keep the skin moist and helps it breathe whilst it burrows in the ground. There's not really much to this one, is there?
No, really. It's quite primitive.
Obviously it's got a skeleton as well.
It's got no limbs, obviously, as
Yeah.
it's
It's got a
no limbs.
pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle, but it's literally just got a snake-like structure build. Breeding though, it's specialised because it can give birth to live bearers and also lay eggs, but that's only certain species. So it's got a specialised reproductive. What do you call it? Reproductive
Specialization.
specialisation, yeah.
Yeah, and also the gymnophionas and urodils have these keratinous teeth, so it's like nails and hair and stuff, not enamel as like human teeth. And they both have them. However, frogs don't have teeth, so yeah, they can't like chew on stuff and bite stuff.
That's no fins.
Yeah, these guys have no fins, no limbs, very primitive eyes as well, so they can't really see too well. And yeah, they burrow underground, mostly in tropical regions. And yeah, permeable skin. Oh, why did I grab my ass? Right? The permeable skin helps them to breathe by oxygen diffusion. Is that it then?
I think we are done.
Yeah.
If you're missing anything else.
Okay, so this is a very colourful group of animals, amphibians in general, because they have these chromatophores, which basically changes their coloration.
There's 3 types, isn't there?
Yeah, the one type is the xanthophores, which is usually found in, if you ever see a red, an orange or yellow coloration on these animals, it's because they have the xanthophores, and that usually means that they are poisonous, dangerous, because it's the three color, the three, what's it called now? Like threat colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Got
yeah.
melanophores,
Yeah.
which is like dark colours like blacks, blues, purples.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? White and silver.
And then iridophores, which is just silver and white. So yeah. Is that it?
I think that's it, yeah. That is a wrap on the amphibians.
Okay, thanks for watching, and next time will be reptiles, I think. Yeah.
Reptiles, yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye.